Hey guys, Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so the full details for the physical Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS EZA have come out. There was a little bit posted earlier on where it just kind of showed the 11 key super effect, because obviously Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS has 3 different super attack effects. And yeah, he's pretty busted. One of the big things that we'd all thought going into this was partly due to how they treated the Super Saiyan 3 BROLY EZA, where they didn't really fix one of the big negative parts of his card. They just kind of reduced the negative effect, which was the defense loss per orb. This physical Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS, as you can see, pre-EZA, for the first 7 turns, he gets an extra 60% attack, but he gets minus 30% defense. And obviously this is the kind of thing that has made it so that in the current meta, in some of the harder events, probably the main reason why you don't really use this guy that much. He can still hit really hard. Obviously the tech one gained the ability that as long as you got the 11 key super or less, he did gain a bunch of defense. So out of the two, it made the tech one kind of more defensively viable. But now, of course, we have the EZA. So we get attack and defense 150% at the start of the turn, which is up from just attack 120. So already straight away 150% defense. And then he gets an additional 70% attack, defense plus 30%, and a medium chance of evading enemies' attacks, including super attacks, for 7 turns from the start of the turn. So 30% chance to dodge. So it's quite a drastic change from 60% attack, so he's getting an extra 10%, and then defense minus 30%. He's now getting defense plus 30%, and a 30% chance to dodge, which means for the first 7 turns, he's got, what, 220% attack and 180% defense with a 30% chance to dodge. I mean, that is actually kind of ridiculous. It's very possible at this point that he could now be the best 120 lead EZA. I've seen a couple of the preliminary showcases for him, and he's hitting like 5, 6, 7 million attack stats while also having like 300k defense. So yeah, he's pretty disgusting. Something like Fusion Extreme Super Battle Road, he's going to be really, really useful. Basically any team that he's on now, he's kind of become a unit that you wouldn't really use, or at least prioritize using in that kind of mode, to being like a top pick for Super Battle Road, which is pretty crazy. So if we have a look at his super attack effects, so beforehand his 9 or 10 key would be immense damage, greatly lowers defense. The 11 key was massively raises attack for 1 turn, does immense damage. And then the 12 key was immense damage and raises attack for 1 turn. So they made it so that the 12 key super was still really good, whereas the tech one, I think the 12 key and the 9 to 10 key were pretty much the same. Whereas in this instance, the 9 to 10 lowers defense, greatly lowers, but that's kind of a pointless ability in a lot of events. And then yeah, the 12 key did immense and raises attack for 1 turn. After his EZA, the 9 to 10 key still lowers defense, but it massively lowers defense. The 12 key greatly raises attack for 1 turn and does immense damage. But the 11 key super massively raises attack for 1 turn still, causes immense damage to the enemy, and attacks become effective against all types. So, yeah. Kind of got a little bit of the Gogeta sort of thrown in there. The fact that he can do that is actually kind of ridiculous, and it's another thing that's going to make him really, really good for something like Super Battle Road, where obviously stages, any of the category stages, basically anything outside of like super physical, he's going to be fighting a bunch of different types of enemies. So if you can get that 11 key super, it's just not going to matter. Like even if you have a pesky STR enemy, as long as you can get the 11 key super, he's going to be doing insane amounts of damage, massively raising attack, whilst being super effective against all types. And if it's within the first 7 turns, he's massively raising attack on what is, 220%, plus EZA stats as well. So fully rainbowed EZA, he's got nearly 20k attack. So he is actually ridiculous. Like I said, it's very possible that he is the new best 120 lead EZA. A lot of us expect Cooler to maybe take the trophy once he gets his one, but I think Physical Gotenks is, yeah, he's a real contender. And he escaped what we were thinking could potentially be the Super Saiyan 3 curse. We'll have to wait and see how good the Tech Angel Goku is, because he's another one that I'm really looking forward to seeing what his EZA is going to be, because he's a unit that would work really nicely alongside like the Tech LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. But obviously pre-EZA you just can't really use him these days. So yeah, this guy coming out really puts this man to shame. I mean, we talked about it very briefly. So pre-EZA, he got 12% attack and minus 10% defense per key sphere obtained, and had 100% attack. Post-EZA, they gave him defense, not as much as the Gotenks, and they reduced the damage, the defense reduction to minus 6 instead of minus 10, which is not really that big of a change. And then of course he does have this extra like built-in chance to get a super attack if you pick up 3 or more tech orbs, which you can always, there's that possibility that you get unlucky and the rotation just doesn't allow you to do that. So yeah, I mean, I know this guy was the first 120 lead EZA, but like it really makes you wonder what their thought process was, because they could have quite easily made this guy attack and defense up per key sphere obtained. And if you look at his categories, he's only on Super Saiyan 3, Pure Saiyans, and Crossover. So even if they made him really strong, he's not on a lot of teams. And like, really out of those 3, Pure Saiyans is the only one that's considered kind of top tier. And then the only thing that kind of holds it back is it doesn't really have like a really good leader. So he's not even on like an insanely busted category. Like they could have made this guy close to being one of the best TURs in the game, and it still wouldn't be that big of an impact because he's not on that many teams. So it really makes you wonder what they were thinking, because maybe they saw the feedback from the community about how bad Broly's one was, and that's why they've made everybody else so good, because Super 17 is amazing. Up until Gotenks came out, I think Super 17 was probably still my favourite, and not just because I'm biased, because it's Super 17. Janemba, I wasn't super impressed. Gogeta, I would say, was probably very close. I could see arguments between people preferring Gogeta over Super 17. And then, yeah, Kid Boo's really good as well. But again, I think the same name update kind of hurt him a little bit, because everybody loves... sorry, before the same name update, because everyone loves using physical Kid Boo. So after the same name update, I think Ink Kid Boo is going to see a lot more use now as well. But yeah, it's just really unfortunate that this Broly kind of got the shaft, because he's already got his EZA, so what can they do now? Like, I don't think we're anywhere near the possibility of Dokkan ever doing like an EZA, so this Broly is just going to be left to the wayside, and it's really unfortunate because Broly is a really popular character, and Super Saiyan 3 is a really popular form. And so people always like seeing the sort of what if, like, you know, the crossover type characters like Super Saiyan 3 Broly, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, etc, etc. And Dokkan only has 2 Super Saiyan 3 Brolys. This guy and the physical free-to-play one, who is, even for a free-to-play unit, he's just kind of average. So yeah, no love for Super Saiyan 3 Broly in Dokkan, apparently. And maybe one day we'll get another one who could actually be good. But yeah, very disappointing. I mean, it's good for all the other 120 leaders that we now seem to be on track, that they're potentially all going to be really good. But yeah, it's a huge shaft for Broly. But Gotenks is absolutely insane. At the time of me putting out this video, I think his EZA comes out in just under 24 hours or around 24 hours. So I will put up a team building guide for that later on. Global's also getting Gogeta's one around the same time, so I guess both of those team building guides will go up later on, so keep an eye out for those. But yeah, let me know what you think of Gotenks. Do you think he takes the #1 spot for the EZA 120 leads? RIP to Broly. Post your sad Broly comments. Maybe, what could they do? Could they maybe update him? It feels unlikely that they would, but yeah, it's really unfortunate because we talked about this on the podcast last night as well, but he was the worst 120 leader once they had all been released. And now it very much looks like once they've all got their EZAs, he's still very clearly the worst one, which is really disappointing. So there you go. Maybe Day will give us a new Broly to cheer up the Broly fans. But yeah, very disappointing. But GOTENKS is super, super good. So at least there's that, I guess. So let me know what you guys think down below. That is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.